Capulina. Oye, sí es, mira.
Hello and welcome to another issue of the Headless Hammerhead Guide to Comics and More. Today we're not going to waste any time at all. We're going to dive right into the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game Spider-Verse expansion Team Maneuvers by request. So let's get right into it. Compared to other role-playing games, Team Maneuvers are what make the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game unique. I don't know of any other game system where they have anything similar to this, but it really is a neat mechanic introduced in the core rulebook, and the only prerequisite is that there be at least 2 characters taking part in the team maneuver. The maximum number of characters, there is no maximum, so it could be from 2 characters up to hundreds of thousands of them. You don't have to be in a formal team. It could just be a temporary team up, and you just declare that you will be a team or a team up for that mission, and then you will be able to use your team maneuvers. If a character is part of multiple teams during a mission, then they can only do 1 team maneuver per battle. Once your team or team up is established, then you decide on what kind of maneuver you will be doing. What exactly is your team maneuver going to be? The core rulebook introduced 3 types: offensive, defensive, and rally. And there were some team-specific ones introduced in the X-Men expansion book. You can see my video on that, and I will put a link to it in the description below. Now, once you've decided on a team maneuver, you cannot change it until the next mission or until you go back into a safe place like your home base in the middle of the mission, and then change up your team maneuver after your team discusses and agrees upon what new maneuver they will be performing in combat. Also remember that team maneuvers can only be used once per battle, once per combat, but several times in an adventure or mission, although some are limited to once per mission, and we'll go over those in just a moment. Team maneuvers are tiered, which means they have a level, and each maneuver level has an average rank of the heroes within the team and an associated focus cost to the maneuver level. You can see those here, and I will flash on the screen the ones from the core rulebook of level 1, 2, and 3 for each of the types, for offensive, defensive, and rally, and then we will dive into the Spider-Verse team maneuvers. But first, I just wanted to mention that to activate a team maneuver, your team must declare it at the beginning of combat. So they must, or at the beginning of the round, they must declare we will be using our team maneuver. Each member must pay their focus costs. If they don't have focus points left, then they can use a karma point instead. And they must then use their team rally cry, like Avengers Assemble, or To Me My X-Men, or To the Beat of the Rhythm of the Night, whatever. So very quickly, here are the team maneuvers from the core rulebook. Here are the offensive team maneuvers, level 1, level 2, and level 3. You can pause it to get a clearer view of what they are. Defensive team maneuvers, level 1, 2, and 3. And your rally team maneuvers, level 1, 2, and 3. Like with the team maneuvers presented in the X-Men expansion, these are team-specific or team-up specific, although they can be used by player-created characters as well, or new teams. They don't have to be limited to just the teams listed. Okay, and here we are. The first one is the Avengers. The team maneuver is called Once an Avenger, and it's really cool. It's just like the Alpha Flight one from the X-Men expansion. It's offensive, level 2, and basically you call Captain America in the middle of combat. He just jumps in, comes out of nowhere, and helps you with 1 round of combat, and then leaves. Kind of like tagging in somebody in one of the video games like Capcom versus Marvel. Then we have the Champions. The maneuver is called Reaction Speed. It's an offensive level 2. Each team member gets an additional reaction this turn. That's extremely helpful. And then we have the Clones team up called No, You're the Clone. Defensive level 2. It's a little confusing in how they word it, but basically if you have 2 characters who are a clone of the same person, then they switch in the middle of the combat. So basically, if there's Peter Parker and a clone of Peter Parker, and Peter Parker is getting his butt kicked and is down to, say, 1 HP left, you can use the team maneuver, and now it's the clone that's at 1 HP, and Peter Parker the original is now where the clone was, and they could switch places no matter where they are, even if they're not in the same room. This is pretty clutch. If you're in a very tight spot, it could totally save your life, and at the cost of your clone. Oh yeah, and the confusion caused by this switcheroo basically gives trouble to action checks to anybody who is fighting one of the clones. Next we have the Daredevil team-up called Neighborhood Heroes. It's an offensive level 1. Each team member doubles their swing line speed this round. It's okay. Makes you faster, I guess. Not great, but it is a level 1. Then you have Deadpool team-up, very funny, offensive level 2. Each team member gets the Wisecracker power for this entire battle. If a team member already has the power, they can use it with an action instead of a reaction. In my games, what I did was, if it was a reaction, you could use it as an action in place of using it as a reaction. So this are already, at least the way I played it, it really isn't a benefit. I don't know if a lot of people would do that as well. If you played other role-playing games, this is a pretty standard way to handle actions and reactions and even movement. So it is what it is. Next, we have the Fantastic Four, World's Greatest, and the Rally Level 2 is the type of team maneuver. First family of the Age of Heroes is beloved by almost all. Each team member has an edge on any ego checks made to influence people for the rest of this battle. It's not really going to be useful in combat, to be honest. Human Torch team up, haul them in, offensive level 2. Heroes use team tactics to try to herd their opponents into the range of their teammates' powers. At the start of their turn this round, each member of the team can pick a single foe and move them up to 5 spaces in any direction. This is huge. You basically are able to control the board. It is really, really great move. Reminds me of something out of Pathfinder. Next, we have the Spider Army. Summon Spider Help, offensive level 2. The team can call on any single absent member of the Spider Army to help them for the rest of this battle. The rank of the summoned hero must be of equal or less than the number of members on the team, and then the helper leaves after that round. And this one can only be used once per adventure or mission. Next up, we have the Spider Society. Summon a Spider Leader, level 2. It doesn't specify if it's defensive, offensive, or rally. I guess it's kind of any of them. Team can call on Aranya, Madam Web, or Spider-Man 2099 to help them for the rest of the battle. Sadly, this helper has pressing business elsewhere and must leave immediately afterward. Maneuver can be used only once per adventure. Symbiotes team up. Hive Minding, it's an offensive level 2. Each team member with a symbiote can copy a power from another team member with a symbiote once during the rest of this battle. And then we have the Web Warriors, Life and Destiny, defensive level 2. This maneuver can be used only right after initiative rolls are made. Each team member can use the Danger Sense power, which allows them to act during the bonus round before combat, even if they don't normally have it. And this one is also limited to 1 use per adventure. Then we have Villain team maneuvers, the Inheritors, called Feeding Time, offensive level 3. All uses of the leech life power in this round by characters who have the power cost 0 focus, and successes count as fantastic successes automatically. Clintar Hive Mind, we have Better Together, a rally level 2. For the remainder of this battle, things that would trigger a reaction from any teammate with a symbiote can be responded to with an appropriate reaction by any other teammate with a symbiote. In any case, ranges for such reactions are figured from the responding teammate. Then we have the Magia, our thing, offensive level 1. Another 1/6 Magia henchmen arrive to join the fight. That's pretty good if the fight seems one-sided in the hero's favor. Then we have the Sinister Six all together now. It's an offensive level 1. For the rest of the battle, all team members can act on the initiative number of the team member with the highest initiative. This does not allow a hero to take part in a bonus round if they didn't get a fantastic success on the initiative roll. By hero, they mean character. The Sinister Squadron, Mirror Mirror, offensive level 2. The team can summon a character from another universe who is an exact duplicate of a foe with the heroic tag, and who has the villainous tag instead, to help them for the rest of this fight. Characters mirrored must be a rank equal to or less than the highest ranked member of the team. The summoned character is just passing through, must leave immediately afterward, and this can only be used once per adventure. And there you have it, another issue in the bag. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you got something out of this video. I always do. It's always great to do a refresher even on things that you're already familiar with in the game. And of course, it's always great to get new information. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. hit the subscribe, the notification bell, and check out my Instagram if you would like to see some of my art like this one here, or to communicate with me directly. The best way is through Instagram. Just look for @HeadlessHammerhead altogether, HeadlessHammerhead, Headless Hammerhead altogether, and I will see you on the next one.